Assalamu alaikum. Hey guys, I'm back and welcome all of you to my new video tutorial. In this tutorial, I'm gonna show you how to create professionally good looking bar chart in MATLAB using multiple variables. In my previous video, probably you could remember that I have shown you how to produce a bar chart using single variable. So in this tutorial, there are so many advanced technique I'm gonna cover, especially using multiple variables and uh, so many like element that I'm gonna add to this tutorial. So without further delay, let's just jump into our tutorial. So to create a bar chart based on multiple variables, let's declare a group variable. Group variable means a variable which will include some data and which are that data are grouped in a particular sequence. So I have with me some hypothetical population dynamics data, the chains of population in a county or in a district, that is hypothetical. So let me just copy and paste that data first here. Okay, so here you go. So you could remember that in my previous video, instead of manually putting the data, I used an Excel file, and based on that Excel file I wrote some codes. However, in this video, in this tutorial, I'm gonna create the bar chart using manually placed data. So these are data that I have with me, and using those data I declare a variable called a. So if you just prudently look at this data, these data are separated by a semicolon, and each semicolon separates three distinctive data. The first one, which is the population decrease in a county or in a district, and the second one, which represents no change of population. Let's say this is the data I started from 2001 and it ends up to 2015. So there are 15 set of data, 15 data representing 15 years from 2001 to 2015. So from 2001 to 2002, 1 year, between 1 year change, the decrease value was 114, and the unchanged population, which is stable, 810, and the rise population, increased population, is 512. So same goes to other set of data which included in this variable. And now let's go ahead to call upon the bar keyword, as we are going to create the bar chart. Inside this function, let's put the variable a and specify the bar length 0.5. Now let's add some more elements to our bar chart, as like X label. Inside X label, let's put the corresponding year where population dynamics has been represented, and also y label. Inside y label, let's put the label called population dynamics. So y label, x label, it looks good. If I go ahead to run the code, look, we have got a bar chart erected vertically where the population dynamics per year has been represented in a group way. The first group of bar chart, the blue one, represents the decrease of population in a county for the year of 2001 to 2002. In between 2001 to 2002, the change. And the red one is the stable one. There has been no significant change of population. And the yellow one is the uprise, or like increase of population. So these are placed in group. So these are three multiple variables. So here subsequently there are 14 groups. Each one represents the population dynamic for a particular year. So if you could see that this x-axis was supposed to represent the year. However, it just plays some consecutive number. So to do so, we have to work on it. However, before that, let's add a lesson to read this bar graph very easy and to make it meaningful. To add the lesson, you have to use the lesson keyword, and inside this lesson variable function, let's call the first bar line is fall, and the second bar line is stable, and the third one is the rise of population. Just write it rise. So our lesson will be represented by three categories of population dynamics. Population representative. One is the fall, the first one blue, and the stable one is the red one, red bar, and the rise will be represented by the yellow bar. So if I run the code, the lesson should be automatically added here. However, the place where it's added, it did not fit. So you, as a layman, even you could you want to put this lesson in an empty place. So let's do that for our case. So for adding your lesson in your desired location, let's use location keyword, and then specify the position based on the direction. So here this is north and it should be west. So northwest, northwest. So if I didn't misspell, the lesson should be added in northwest. Let's see. Look, the lesson has been added in northwest position. Now it does look a little bit meaningful, and having a glance at this bar, you could at least read what's happening over there. But to make it more meaningful, we have to go a little further. Like we need to work with X tick, Y tick, X label, and Y label. So before getting into ticks code, let me just differentiate between the ticks and ticks label. So could you see that these are little line, just kind of age. So it's called the ticks, and the value corresponding to this ticks is called ticks value. So here this is the Y tick, and Y tick value is 1000, and same goes to 400, the Y tick value, and this one is the Y tick. You could also add the same understanding to Y label. Here the black line, a little black line corresponding to 5 is the X tick, and the 5 is the X tick value, X tick label. So we need to work with X tick value particularly, because we should put the year between the change happen. So for that we need to call upon X ticks first, X ticks, and the value of X ticks, let's put here 1 to 14 here, and across the X ticks value, I am going to put the changing year in between the change happen, or the stable population happen. I'm gonna put that changing year corresponding to this number. So for that I need to use Y tick labels keyword, Y tick labels keyword, and here these are, let me just copy and paste, these are the year changes in between the population dynamic happens. Okay, so what did I mean? The tick value 1 along the x-axis should be placed in front of 2001 to 2002. In between 2001 to 2002, the tick value should be 1. Okay, and the tick value, tick number 2 should be placed alongside with 2003 to 2004, and same goes to until 2014 to 2015, that should be placed alongside with tick number 14. So if it looks like this, with that, if we run the code, so with that 2 extra line code to add the ticks and ticks value, let's run the code and let's see what happens. Sorry, it should be X ticks label. Okay, so here the years corresponding to ticks have been added. However, it did not get clarified. It did not show off in a transparent way. However, to do so, I could stick angle. I could use stick angle, and let's put that angle is 45 as we did in our previous video. So if I run the code now, look, the year between chains happen now placed in a 45-degree angle, and that makes the bar chart more transparent and easygoing to understand than before. Okay, now let's show you how to jot all this three variable data into one stack bar line. I'm gonna show you how to create a stack bar chart using all this information. So you don't need to do so much further. Just here you're gonna use a keyword called stack, and that would be sufficient to convert your bar chart into a stack one. So if I run the code, our bar chart should be converted into a stacked one. Look, what's the difference? The difference is that in our previous group bar chart, where this three information, fall, stable and rise of population, had been placed in separate bar. However, this bar chart has stacked all these three information together for a particular year. So now this is vertically erected, and if I wanna put it horizontally oriented, then the stacked bar graph should look like a little bit better. Look, now it's look a little bit better. However, the X tick label has been kind of squeezed, and there is no tick. So for that, first of all, let's just get rid of X tick label, and here let's call it Y tick, and also call it Y tick labels. Here if I run the code, look, there is right now much more understandable. However, still we have issues with the X label and Y label. If we flip the X label and Y label, vice versa, then the label should be meaningful. So let's flip X and Y label and rerun the code and check that. Look, these are the year for changing period, and these are the population dynamics. So in this time we should locate our lesion in I would say southeast. So let's do that. Southeast, and here it looks fine, perfectly placed. However, it looks fine, but to make it a little bit appealing, you should not mention all the year for changing period. You don't need to mention all the changing period between 2 years. You can just keep an interval changing year. So if I want to do so, let's change the y-tick value and x-tick labels. So let's replace the value for y-ticks and y-ticks label so that it does not look so crowded as it is with every year from 2001 to 2014 or 15. Okay, with that change, if I run the code and look, how does it look like? Look, it looks fine because it does not get crowded as it was. So even we could remove this one. It does not necessary to be there. Okay, so now it looks very professional. The first tick, which represents the year of the change between 2001 and 2002, and keeps 2 ticks gap, and then once again it starts to give another changing period between 2004 and 2005 and all the way to 2013 and 2014. So now to have reached this position, to make your bar chart looks good. However, to make it a little bit more professional, you can change the baseline. You can shift the baseline to the right side. To do so, you are required to convert the first element of your group data, this one, and this one, and so on until 5 to 3 into a -1. What does it mean? That you should put a negative sign before 114, and so is before 542, and same goes to the other first element of your group variable. And that makes perfectly sense because this value represents the decreased population in a particular year. So let's do it. So I have paused this video and I have done to finish off the first element to convert into a -1. So it turns out to be the first one is negative and the second one is stable, also positive, and the third one is the rise of population, that's also positive. And with this kind of sequence, it is it's going to be represented as the stacked one. And let's see what happens if I run the code. Look, now the baseline 0, which has been shifted to a little bit right, and the value to the left of the 0 has been labeled as negative value, and that makes sense because these values are representative for population. These are the bars which represents the decreased population, the fall of population, and these are the stable population, and these are the rise of population. Now if you look at this bar chart, with this baseline shifted to a little bit right, it looks so nice and very professional. Now you have finished up to produce a very good looking, professionally accepted bar chart using the baseline shifted to a little bit, and this is the defining baseline, which is the divider between the positive and negative value of population. So still we have a issue I could see in y-axis. This is a tick which represents, however we should get rid of it. If we just remove this 14, and the tick should be removed automatically, and that look, there is no tick, empty, without any value. So now you have fully completed to make a good looking bar chart. Now your task to save it to your desired location. So to save it or to export it, this done map, done a bar chart, you need to go to file section, and then you could save whatever name you want to give for it. Let's see, for my case in desktop, bar chart, let's say 1. So you could save it as JPEG, or there are many other forms. If you wanna import it into latex, so EPS file system file format would be more convenient for you. However, for me, I would go to TIFF image, and then I would save it, and it will be automatically saved in my desired directory. There is another option that using that one you could export your desired bar chart with a customized resolution value, DPI. So to do so, go to the export setup, and here you will put the value for DPI. So come back to render, and here resolution DPI auto. So for publication like bar chart, put it 600. It does not although require that much. However, to stay in safe zone, just and apply to every figure and then export it. And the same goes to the file format, whatever format you want to do. Let's call it 2, and this time let's save it JPEG. Okay, so this is how you can create your own customized bar chart. With that being said, let's summarize very quickly what I have covered in this video tutorial. I have shown 3 different techniques to create a beautiful and amazing professionally accepted bar chart. The first one was to create a bar chart using multiple variables, and the second one is converting that bar chart into a stacked one, where you must have multiple variables as well. And the last one, where you could create a bar chart where your baseline can be shifted either to left and left or right. For my case, I have shifted the baseline based on the requirement to a little bit right. So that's all for the time being. I hope you guys have liked my video. If you have, please do subscribe to my channel. I will come up with another new video. Till then, bye bye. Allah Hafiz.